Can't believe I'm actually doing this in the dark. It's time to talk about The Conjuring. The devil made me do it. Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Klepcx FM, brought to you by wearecritics.com, place where we talk about movies, television, and pop culture. And if you're into that kind of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe key and that notification bell so you can be up to speed about everything that I talk about here. So I had the opportunity to check out, just like the rest of the world, the third installment to The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. Now, this is part of a very, very lengthy series of films, which started with The Conjuring, which then spun off into Annabelle, The Nun, The La Llorona, and The Conjuring itself has multiple films, and Annabelle has multiple films, but this is the third installment to the actual Conjuring, which is based on Ed Warren and Lorraine Warren, who are two paranormal investigators. True story. Real paranormal investigators who are no longer with us. They are with the beyond. The entities that they once studied, they now have become. And this is the third installment. I gotta tell you, I have a lot of friends who are very into this series, the Conjuring series, and I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't probably until about 2 years ago that I actually started appreciating these films for what they were. Because to me, like this paranormal franchise, I'm gonna call it, kind of felt like it was everywhere. Like I didn't know where to follow because there were like so many different spin-offs off of the main storyline. But then I kind of pulled back. I went back in. I started with The Conjuring, Conjuring 2. I was getting ready for Conjuring 3. I watched the Annabelles. I watched the Nun. Was it Nun 2? I don't even remember. No, there's no Nun 2. I don't think so. See, I can't even keep up sometimes. So then I started appreciating them. I thought the stories were pretty solid, and I like the fact that they were kind of based on true events, because these paranormal movies are really hard to sell, but they're easy to sell when they kind of are connected to a real life event. So all of these stories that The Conjuring tells come from the files, or are based on the files of investigations that Ed and Lorraine had done when they were, doing their investigating. So this particular story that we're talking about, the third installment, The Devil Made Me Do It, is actually based on a real life case by a gentleman by the name of Arne Johnson, who murdered someone or murdered some people and pled innocent by demonic possession. And right off rip, like before I even get into what I thought of the film, I mean, I don't remember ever hearing about this. It's kind of light in the back of my head. I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there will probably remember this, but I don't really remember this story, and I didn't think that this kind of thing would even hold up in court. He didn't get off in real life, just so people know. I don't think he got off in real life. I don't know. But to bring this kind of thing to court is insane at its own. But in saying that, in this film, Ed's character, Ed, who is actually played by I'm trying to remember his name. I don't want to fuck up the name. Patrick Wilson. And Lorraine is Vera Farmiga, something like that. Farmiga. Ed, his character, says something that really stood out to me in the trailer, which I thought was cool. And just based off of that, I was like, I have to see this. He says that the court recognizes the presence of God every time it is telling a witness to take the stand. So it's about time that they believe in the presence of the devil. I'm not quoting him exactly, but that's exactly what he says. And that line right there, that line of dialogue just it was a nail in the coffin for me. I was like, I need to see this, because I'm a huge courtroom fan of movies. I love when the prosecutors come out and they're trying to put somebody away, and then people come in like My Cousin Vinny or any Few Good Men, movies like that where they can kind of break down what really happened and kind of get somebody off, because there's always good plot twists and stuff. Just like what else? How to Get Away with Murder was one of my favorite television shows because I like that kind of thing. So to see this kind of thing play out or potentially play out, I thought I was like, I have to see this. So without further ado, let me get into what I thought about The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, aka The Conjuring 3. Straight up, just want to let you know, if there could be possible spoilers. If you don't want any of this spoiled for you, please jump out, come back after you've seen it, and we can reconvene and talk about it together, because I love to hear what people thought about certain films, whether they match my opinion or not. It does not matter whether I'm right, you're right, I'm wrong, you're wrong, or whatever. Just come back and talk about it, because this is the place for that. Now, without further ado, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. I thought that this installment was pretty fucking perfect, and that's hard to say for films like this, period, or any film nowadays. I mean, right off jump, if you're a fan of these two, Ed and Lorraine, you're already championing them from the moment that they hit the screen. You know who they are. You're in it to see what's to come. And I'm not gonna lie, people, I feel like Lorraine has met her match in this one. Hell of a ride. A lot of paranormal shit that you can chew on if you're into that kind of thing, and a lot of feasible, I won't say believable, but feasible stuff happening in this film that is like, wow. Like, can you imagine what this real case was like, and if they really had to prove all of this? Just crazy. My only downfall to this thing, because I want to be brief, I don't want to drag this out, because I want you guys to take the time to go check this film out and come back. I don't want to sit here all night and talk about this, but one downfall in this film is there wasn't a lot of the courtroom stuff. I really wish that there would have been kind of like what was that, the case of the possession of Emily Rose or something like that. It was a possession movie, but it was like court story, and kind of just building you up alongside this case, where you could kind of take things how you want it and then see them break it down in the courtroom. You don't get a lot of that in this film. What you get is the initial setup of the case. You get a little bit of what's going on with the Arne character while he's in prison, and they're on the outside, Ed and Lorraine are on the outside trying to figure out what's going on. But you don't get a lot of the prosecutor versus the defendant or any of that Perry Mason stuff. You don't get any of that Law and Order stuff. You just get The Conjuring. You get The Conjuring. You get that kind of stuff. Very paranormal, very mystical and religious and things of that nature. You get a lot of that, and it is very horror. A lot of jump scares. The shit was. You would think by this time they would have done everything, and you would watch this and say, "Nah, there's nothing they can do." But no, they managed to make it work. Even what is this, like the 6th or 7th time around? But I really enjoyed it. Patrick Wilson, Vera Farmiga, I don't want to mess that up. They do a phenomenal job in this. Even the kid who plays Arne, I can't pronounce his name, so I'm not even going to try to butcher it. But look it up, guys. He's phenomenal on this. They do a damn good job. Directed by Michael Chavez, and I think that this is worth the watch, guys. So make sure you guys go check out The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, aka The Conjuring 3. It is playing on hbomax, and it is in the theaters. I chose to watch it at home, not because I didn't think that it was worth the trip, but just because I felt like, why the hell not? I could sit here and shut off all the lights and kind of dive into it on my own instead of being in this big ass theater. I felt like I would feel it more if I watched it at home on the couch. I will be watching it again eventually, just to kind of. I like to go back to things every once in a while, but I thought it was a pretty decent, solid watch in the Conjuring universe, and I can't wait to see what they have in store for us next. So, guys, please let me know what you thought of the Conjuring: The Devil Made Me Do It, because I thoroughly enjoyed this. I didn't think that it had a bad moment, except for the fact that it doesn't really take you step by step through the actual trial. It is not. It's based on the story, but it doesn't really, put you into the actual story. Let me know what you guys thought. Please like, comment, share. Make sure you subscribe. And for more movie news, television news, pop culture, and my podcast, Critics Talk, make sure you guys check out wearecritics.com. And I will talk to you all later. Peace.